You know what it is? It is yours truly, Disciple, aka YPLE of YPLE Productions, coming to you with Shoe View, and where we do the interviews and the artists tonight. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
It's your boy skinnyloc, man. Baltimore's finest, man. Mr. Zone 6, man. Gang shit.
6. He said Baltimore. Good old Baltimore. Is it like the wire? It'd be like the wire up there.
That's a funny question. Everybody always asks that question. I don't know, it's my hometown, man. I grew up here, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say this, that man, Baltimore, man, it's beautiful people here, man. That wild stuff is a movie.
Just
It's
the
beautiful
movie.
people here.
I feel it. I can dig it.
Beautiful people here, man.
Other than that, I usually like to start the show off. I like to ask the artist, "How's your day? How's life? How's life treating you?" If you want to tell a little something about yourself or whatever it may be, but overall, how's things going?
Man, life's good, man. You know what I'm saying? We got the homegrown production started right now. That's my label. I got so many ventures going off. Shout out my big brother Snoop Dogg, Uncle Snoop.
Ooh,
Shout out Jada Kiss.
Jada.
Um,
I love some Jada
uh,
and Styles P and the Locks and Burrow and yeah. Go ahead, my fault.
nah. Yeah, man. Shout out DMC, man, from Run DMC, man. We got a song coming soon, man. The big homie, man, from Run
Okay,
DMC,
okay.
man.
Hell yeah. Don't mind me, I'm over here choking out.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. But yeah, we got the AGE kennels right now. We got the dog kennel out.
I
We got
just
the we got the, we got the beautiful cannabis line out right now.
every
You know what
time
I'm
that
saying?
motherfucking brick stuck together, all gooey and shit.
If you out in Maine or you out in Denver, come holler at us right now. HDE 420. You know how it go.
Hell yeah. Definitely. I just picked up two Gotti bullies, a male and a female, brother and sister, that I'm raising right now. I used to breed pits myself. A lot of pits, a lot of blues and razors. I'm just now this is my first set of Gottis. Of course, I ain't gonna breed them because they brother and sister. But but definitely learn something about dogs because them motherfuckers eat a lot more than any of my other pits did, and they way
Profitable
bigger.
business. It's
And they,
very profitable business.
yeah, I was looking 3, 6, 8, 10 grand a puppy and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah,
Yeah, no question, no question, no question.
yeah, definitely. Uh, so like I said, usually I've been keeping this first round of interviews based off music questions. So I ask a lot of the artists the same questions, but I do it to leave people's fans knowledgeable. Like I said, I don't like to call it people are nosy, but people like to know the artist that they fucking with. You know what I'm saying? And you never know. You might say something that inspires somebody or help somebody's life out, whatever it may be. Or you might make somebody want to do music yourself. They'll be like, damn, I like what he doing. I want to do that shit. So which usually leads me to my first question, which is what got you interested in the music? Like what made you want to do music? What caught your ear? Like where did it all start for you?
I think music is everything. Like, I mean, expression. I mean, when I'm upset, I listen to music. When I'm happy, I listen to music. You know what I'm saying? Like, so as a kid, music just always caught my attention. Just all my moves, all my emotions. And man, I just grew to it. So music been with me my whole life, man. Honestly.
Just had you feeling some type of way and you just picked it up naturally. It was like it was normal.
Man, just growing up listening to him Run DMC, and growing up hearing Tupac's and Nas and Biggie's and Rakim's and just so many more, you know what I'm saying? Just hearing that shit just drew me in, man. Just drew me in.
Shit had you fucked up.
Stuck ever since, man. I've been in it ever since.
If you don't mind me asking, your age, if you want to disclose it.
I'm 33, man.
33. I was just curious because some of the groups you was mentioning and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, so he got a little musical knowledge. I'm like, and he talking about some older generation groups. I mean, I just turned 41 myself this year. That's why I asked him. Like, he mentioned
Okay.
and he paying homage to some older groups that a lot of these cats don't even know or never heard of. So that's why I ask you your age.
I feel like hip hop's gonna come back.
Oh
Right
yeah.
now it's in this little melodic mumble rap, whatever stage, but
It reminds me of how like rock was. Like rock had its classic rock, then they had their hair bands. Nobody really remembers the hair bands, and that's kind of what I call mumble rap now. Not saying there ain't no stars, they ain't hustling, like I'm not knocking them or nothing, but yeah, it's kind of gonna be like that, like you said. I think it's gonna come back for sure.
Nah, I love how where music is at right now because everybody makes music. It gives a chance for everybody to be heard. The next superstar could be made tomorrow of
And
one song. You know what I'm
it's
saying? Made in your
evolving
living room.
rapidly, like real rapidly, in all different directions. I had a
Definitely,
couple other interviews where we was talking about that. That's a great thing about music. All music has evolved from something, some type of music, and that's the beauty of it. Yeah. Now, do you think as if any of them artists that you mentioned, or even if there was artists you didn't mention, like underground artists or guitar players or family members, did you feel like any of them people influenced your music, or do you feel as if they influence any type of style in your music or the way you do music today, your version of your music?
definitely,
So
definitely,
definitely.
definitely. I mean, I was born in New York. You know what I'm saying? South Jamaica, Queens. So I grew up hearing so many different sounds from reggae to hip hop, to R&B. You know what I'm saying? The gospel. So, and then when I come down to Baltimore, I got to hear more of a down south sound. And I moved to Tennessee and Florida, and I heard all them down souths, and I just fell in love with so many different sounds, man. Like the Texas sound, I love the New Orleans sound, I love the Florida sound, I love the Carolina sound. You know, you got the baby right now. You got the
Right.
New York sound. I love the drill sound. You know what I'm saying? I love all of it. So I bring it all together.
So you just mash that shit up like a break.
Yeah, definitely.
I could feel
It just
that.
comes with loving music. It comes with loving music.
Yeah. I'm like that. I do that a lot. Like even when I produce beats, you never know. I might go find a fucking bluegrass sample, a country sample. It don't matter what the fuck it is, and I mash that shit up. So I can definitely feel that one. But that's crazy. You said 31?
33.
33. Okay, 33. And that was still a little bit before your time, though. You just got me tripped out on all them old groups you was paying homage to. But
That's what you get. If you can't go back to that, you can't be lyrical, man.
nah. Well, I mean, I have an issue on personal opinion myself. There's a lot of artists nowadays that don't have what you were speaking on, music knowledge. Like they don't know a lot about where stuff came from. They don't know, a lot of stuff like that. Nor they don't care. But I guess it's personal preference in a way. As long as you making music and you get into it, that's all that matters.
I mean, my opinion on that, I feel like that pushes a lot of the older artists or more creative artists out the way. Because artists that study music and they might interpret some of these styles or try
Hmm.
to bring them back. And then somebody might hear them and be like, man, that's trash.
Right.
And don't really know where it came from. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, don't know where it birthed from. So
Yeah. I mean, me personally, I think all the music knowledge I absorbed and kind of like you explaining all the different experiences and different groups and then learning and all that about the older groups and stuff like that made me better as an artist, like all around. And it made me a lot more creative too because I learned and seen things that I might not have thought was possible or I wouldn't have did it until I heard it and I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, so that, but I definitely get that. Um, how would you describe? I always say creative process or your music process, but basically what I'm asking is, how would you describe how you make your songs, your music, whatever it may be, from the beginning to the end of it, whether it be a song, something like that?
it's crazy. I feed off of energy. It's crazy. Like I can go out and be in the hood and be around my homeboys and we could be freestyling because that's all we do. We just freestyle and we do our thing, drink our
Right.
smoke, whatever. And I just catch a vibe and I'd be like, whoa, I'm taking that to the studio. I like that vibe. Or I could be watching a movie and I just really the concept of what was going on, I'm like, you know what? I relate to it so I can,
Tell
you know what I'm
it.
saying? I can bring it
Right.
together and push it out. That's why sometimes in a lot of my songs, I might have a movie skit in the beginning. That's something I got from Wu Tang, something I picked up from them real
Right.
heavy. Did a lot of movie
Say,
skits in the beginning.
whoa.
Yeah, definitely.
Nah, I get that. I definitely get that. Definitely, definitely. I mean, I'll pull experiences from crazy shit myself. It could be a situation I'm in, but we don't like around here. There ain't so much of what you was describing, like the dozens, where people just sitting around freestyling, unless you're at like a studio or a bar or something like that. But we don't got much of that around here. But like, I could be listening to a song. I'm a down south head, like Boozy to me. Like he inspires me a lot nowadays. I think it's just the feeling in his voice and shit like that. And a lot of the old school cats that you mentioned, like I drew a lot for that. So that would definitely make sense to me. You do any producing or you don't do that?
I actually just finished school about 3 months ago. I did online classes for the engineering, so I learned how to do mixing and
Okay.
mastering it myself.
Smart.
Um, it was more so that it just I love music so much and I wanted to understand in depth like about certain things. Like I wanted to learn what reverb was. I wanted to learn what compression was. I wanted to learn all this stuff. When I was in the studio watching the producer do it,
Right.
I was always curious of what the hell he was doing sometimes. So
That's dope. You mix yourself or
I prefer not to mix my own music.
see a lot of
Uh,
that's why I ask because a lot of artists they say you shouldn't mix your own music. I mix my
one,
own music sometimes.
one because if you have a workload, it's going to hold up your workload, and then you're going to put too much focus on that one project.
Right.
When you can just be constantly doing what you got to do.
Right, right. I understand that. With that
It's all
being,
about consistency. It's all about
oh
consistency.
yeah, definitely. With that being said, since I asked you about your creative process, how would you describe the music you make? Like how would I put it? Like what would you label your music? You as an artist, your music. What would you describe it? What kind of music?
Homegrown.
Homegrown. It's a whole new wave. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, man, it's us, man. It's how we feeling, man. We just go how we feel, man.
I
It's
feel
how we,
that.
yeah. Like it's not. I'm not following no trends, man. Like I didn't get where I'm at right now following trends.
Definitely. I feel that. I feel that. I see that video. Actually, I just was showing my dude I was talking to you about earlier the video because we was on a three-way Zoom and my other dude kept asking me, my other partner, and he was like, what'd you say his name was? What'd you say? Like, he thought I was lying or some shit. I don't know if he thought I was fucking with him because I like to joke around with people a lot. I'm like, nah, for real. Like, go look him up on Facebook, YouTube, whatever. I'm like, he good people. It's like they thought I was making up a character for a minute. I'm like, nah, he got a couple tracks with Snoop. You know, he do a couple things. And it was like, whoop de whoop. I'm like, well, whatever, motherfucker. Just go check him
Shout
out.
out Uncle Snoop, man. Shout out Uncle Snoop.
Right? He said Uncle Snoop. That's like Grandpa Snoop to me now. I swear to God, he don't age though. He look the same. He looked fucking 50 years ago, bro. He a Martian
It's
or
that good
something.
ganja.
He a
It's that
Martian.
good weed. The weed keep you. I swear, weed keep you younger, man. I
Right,
think it keep you young.
right. I feel it. So you basically say y'all got your own lane. Y'all making your own style, your own music. No fabricating. No trying to jack somebody else or do the same shit everybody else is doing and all that fun stuff.
I am. I am who I say I am.
Right. I think
I mean,
my personal opinion, every artist should be like that. Like me, if I was living in a cardboard box and I made it to the studio, I'm rapping about living in that cardboard box, bro. That's just I don't know. Like I can't fabricate music. That's another pet
all
peeve.
about relating. That's why a lot of artists, there's so many artists, but like 808 Mafia made a comment earlier on social media, and he said something about I will only give out five. I will only give my beats out to about five artists. The rest of the artists are trash. Um, and it's crazy he said that because everybody sound the same.
Yeah.
Nobody has their own wave.
Hmm.
The first hot song, everybody's gonna want to sound like this man.
Well, it's like they're like, this is hot. This is what's gonna make money. This is what we're doing. But I blame a lot of the industry on that too, because they'll only pick up people on that wave to an extent, unless you break through with something new, like you said, your own little thing, your own little style, your own little movement, and all that.
Everybody that made it had their own wave.
Yes, facts. Definitely
From the
facts.
baby, from when he started off with diapers and shooting people,
Yes.
to the list goes on, man.
Yeah,
Like,
some
you know
cats
what I
come
mean?
up
So
being jack boys and shit like that for other artists. Like Waka. Like a lot of people don't know what Waka was, what Gucci's little shooter. Like motherfuckers come up. A lot of motherfuckers been in the game a lot longer than people think they have. They just been behind the scenes. They wasn't out in the public yet, paying their dues and shit like that. Um, that's an interesting question. I got a little list here. I usually bop between a few different questions, but depending on answers and stuff like that. But I definitely want to ask this question now since you said, about your music being its own wave and, things of that matter. What what do you think about your music in general as an artist sets you apart from the rest of the artists, underground, mainstream, whatever it may be?
I got that hunger, man. And you really gonna feel my pain, and then you gonna see my story. You know what I mean? If you and that's why I started doing these interviews, because I wanted people to actually get to hear me and see me now. And then so now you get to put the face on what you hear, make you more understand what's going on.
It definitely brings
Shout out my man Jew. Shout out my man Jew, man, French rapper, man. I just did a song with him, man. He's from out France.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, over the 3 seasons of doing the show, dude, I've met crazy mad producers, artists, labels. I mean, all over the world, not just in the States. Like, doing that show, like, really, I mean, I was already established and all that, but doing that show broadened me to so many different musical connections and different types of music and talents that it was definitely an experience. And I am bringing that motherfucker back here soon, but Facebook always got me banned. I'm banned right now for nothing. But that's a whole nother story. They don't even like me. It's all the artists I be sharing. They be like, nope, that's copywritten by. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I can. Yo, I want to say one thing, man. I pay homage to you, man, because I've been watching your show for about 2 years now,
Yeah.
if not more. But watching you come up, man, Facebook's giving you a hard time, man. But
Yeah.
your show's definitely the shit, man.
But I mean, my YouTube, I got up there. I got enough to monetize now and all that. But like I said, I want to get these interviews out here, get the artists out there, so I can actually, platform it. And I'm gonna bring the show back. But what sucks is I got to bring it back unreleased music. Really, a majority of what it is artists not paying for their fucking beats. Is what it is. Like straight up. And that's when I like to tell artists, if you're serious about your music, either make your own shit or pay for your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like either or. But yeah, that's one of the biggest issues, and we was talking about it tonight because we're trying to get the show back up and running, and we got another 2 shows that are on all digital platforms coming out next month and shit. So we got a lot of shit going on right now. Plus, I'm working on 2 albums, and plus the studio itself, kind of like you, I'm all over the fucking place. Plus, I got side hustles and shit that I do that don't,
Definitely.
you know,
Gotta eat.
yeah,
Gotta get the money. You know what I mean?
definitely. But yeah. um, I don't know if I want to ask this one since I asked you the other one. I ask you this one because fans always like to know this one. This is what I think. A lot of artists answer it in a quick manner, and I think it's more of a question that should be thought on a little bit. Thought of what that question is actually asking, because your response is going to be your response to your followers, your fans, whoever it may be. It's not really so much about you. It's about. I'll just ask the fucking question to explain it. What do you like about being an artist? Like, what are the perks for you of being an artist, if any, if you even like it? You don't have to like being an artist. Some people gotta love to hate relationship with music.
I ain't gonna lie, I think about that all the time. Hey, it's crazy. I think about that to myself, yo. Hey, yo, I love when a fan hits you and they say they love your music, they love you, and they recite a whole fucking verse to you, send you a video singing your shit. Yo, that shit amps me up. That shit makes me just want to go back in the studio and make another song right away. Like, you know what I'm saying? It makes me feel like I owe that person another song. I don't even care if it's a million people. If that one person loves me, that makes me so much
So
motivated to go make some more music for him.
right. So it's not so much just the how do I put this in layman's terms? It's not so much the interaction, the notoriety, like not trying to be narcissist, but it's the point that you're connecting with somebody and you can give back to
Yeah,
in an
I love when
extent.
somebody can relate. I love when somebody just could vibe to me, can
Right.
relate. I mean, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like I've been known in the hood. I'm hood stamped already. Like, I ain't gonna lie, my name for speak for itself, man, statewide. So
Yeah. I mean you
like,
I mean don't get me wrong, you get some artists out there they're not like that. They're like I'm famous and fuck you, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't have no type of humbleness. They just do it for like the popular effect or something like that.
I love my supporters and fans, man. You hit my motherfucking DM, I will sit there and have a fucking whole hour conversation with
Right, right, right. I can feel that. I had that same issue. But sometimes I ain't even gonna lie, it's annoying.
you.
Just remember that every time one of y'all write me because you got a question or something going on, probably 50 more of you motherfuckers doing the same thing.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that because it's definitely so true.
And I definitely appreciate it, and I will get back to everyone every chance I get, but it's not always that easy. I got a lot of shit going on. I ain't ignoring nobody. Yeah, nah, definitely. Nah, I get that. I like that too. That's my whole point. Because when I started doing music, that's what it was. It was like the music I listen to, I relate to. So I like a lot of lifey music. I like a lot of struggling music. I like a lot of hustling music, things of that nature. Because when they tell that story, it's like I'm walking through it. Like I got to be able to relate to it. Music to me should be relatable. It shouldn't be capping or bullshit or shit like that, made up stories or none of that.
I actually got a mixtape coming soon. It's probably one of my projects later on down the road. It's called Pain is Reality. It's actually related to what you're talking about, pain music.
I could dig that. I probably like that motherfucker. Definitely interested in hearing that. Um, this one might be easy. It might be hard. It always depends on the artist. Um, what like you, just you individually as an artist, what is the favorite song you've ever made or performed and why?
A sad song. It's a song I made for my mother. My mother's passed now. She died in January 2020.
Ooh, sorry to hear.
You know what I'm saying? It's just a song meant a lot to me because I made the song actually the day she died.
Oh,
So yeah,
and this was after the fact or before?
I actually wrote it in front of her, and she died probably about 6, 7 hours later.
Oh shit, that's deep. Sorry to hear that. That's deep. But definitely, that song got a lot of feeling in it, and it's really, 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 really real.
Yeah, that was a straight take. Cause I had people like when I played it in the reviews, I even heard you say before, like I'm not going to critique that song. It was a one take song. It wasn't a planned song. It wasn't anything. When I
Right.
wrote it, it was just like spoken word. It was just my emotions all in on
Yeah.
the paper.
Yeah, definitely. Well, and on the reviews, I won't like anything that if like I don't know, like we was talking about in the last interview with my dude, music has got me fucked up, so I don't hear it as a consumer no more because I did so much engineering and mixing and being an artist and everything else that I hear everything in there. It's like I'm nitpicking
Mm.
shit almost. So nine times out of ten, because my music is real lifey itself, I don't give a fuck how much you hide it in a metaphor. I'm gonna know what you're talking about, and if it's an artist and it's something personal like that, I usually won't critique it out of respect, is how I put it. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's something about a family member or something like that, I'm like, nah, I ain't even touching that. You know what I'm saying? Who am I
Yeah,
to?
it definitely had people tell me like, man, you should have made that song way longer. And I look like, well, it wasn't made for that. It wasn't
Right.
made for it was yeah.
It came out how it came out, and what
Yeah,
was said was what was said, and that's what it was supposed to be. It didn't need to be no shorter, no longer, none of that.
that's why if you hearing the song, if you're listening to the song in the middle of the song, you hear me say, man, fuck that. I ain't done cuz like it's in the middle of the song, you hear me in the back, and my back vote will say that.
I feel that. I feel that. I don't know. I think an artist. How do I want to put this? I feel as if the best music is an artist in that moment when he writes that song, like whatever that song's about. Like if it's something painful, he writes that song when he's in that painful moment. If it's something happy, he writes that song when he's in that happy moment. I think that's when the best work comes out of artists in general, whether it be producers making beats, whatever it may be. But other than that, that's just my personal opinion. But no, I don't know if I want to ask this one first or the next one. I'll ask this one first. Is there any, like, nah, don't take this in a negative way because I never mean it in a negative way, but is there any weakness or issue you feel as if you have with like music or your talents that you feel you need to improve on, and why?
But I need to improve on. I feel like I need to be more consistent with my videos. But I think I need to focus more on the promotion side, the marketing. That's more a lot of weakness for a lot of artists, I feel,
Yeah,
including myself.
yeah,
Marketing is everything,
marketing.
whether
Yeah,
you know it or not.
yeah.
Everything.
No, that's that can make or break an artist real quick. Getting you out there, marketing you the right way, things of that nature. That's definitely
You can have the hottest track in the world, and if nobody hears it,
you could be blown
you will
up
not
in the
get it.
hood and make it nowhere. Yeah,
Yeah.
you definitely got to have marketing. That's why teams and shit help a lot nowadays. It's good to have a team, you know, get you a little somebody marketing, somebody doing your finance and booking, things of that sort, and all that stuff. It's a lot of stuff how we do things. Like we all have, you know, our own little movement and record labels, but the last couple of years we brought them together under another movement to push everybody. And then, you know, we got our marketing people, we got our financing people, we got our people that schedule our.
Hold on real quick. Shut the door. I say that again, no fault, man.
I said, I was just speaking on the team aspect. Like everybody need a team nowadays. You know, you bring that team together, but it's not always that simple either because you got to watch out for the snakes and the rats too. But kind of
And
like
speaking
you
on
said,
um
mixing your shit. You know, sometimes the load, the work, and all that, you ain't got time to do all that shit.
speaking on that, I do have a team. It's actually me and my brother. Um he's one of the co-founders to Homegrown Establishments. But we actually he helps me with the marketing side.
Okay.
And I help with the visual side. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of come together. So yeah, you do need a team because before that I had no marketing ideas whatsoever.
Yeah.
And once I learned how good marketing was and how strong it could come with anything you do, any type of branding, because branding is everything too.
Sometimes you got to rebrand yourself if shit went south on one way or another. But you're definitely right. It's all about a brand, a movement, and a team, whether it be you and somebody else or whoever it may be. I definitely agree with that. You said it's you and your brother. He older or younger than you, if you don't mind me asking.
Older by a year.
Older by a year, okay. Y'all pretty much the same age then. Same mindset, all that good shit.
Yeah. Brother from another mother, same hood.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Shit, I got people as more family to me than my blood related family is. But that's a
Yeah,
that's a whole nother subject.
definitely.
Um all right, I'll ask this one first. Do you have any hobbies or interest outside of music?
Other than this,
He's smoking the weed. That's what I'm doing over
smoke a
here right
lot of
now.
weed.
Smoke a
It's like,
lot of
nah,
weed too.
it's crazy. I love to read a lot, man. I love to read.
Knowledge, ain't nothing wrong with that.
I'm like a reading junkie. I love the stock market. I
Me
love
too.
cryptocurrencies.
Yes, I'm with you.
Uh, yeah, like I'm actually getting ready to come out with an ebook,
I
man, for
seen
helping
that.
trade like cryptocurrency, bitcoins, Ethereum, Doge coins, even help you out with the stock market. Yeah, definitely big things for this year.
No, we're gonna have to get chopping it up after this interview because you mentioning all the shit I be doing, bro. And I got some wisdom too and some tricks up my sleeve we could talk about. I be getting my
Yep.
little ends every day and all that. Just start fucking with the stocks and crypto and shit like that. So, motherfuckers need to get hip to that though. You need to invest in yourself as an artist. If not, invest into something. Get this motherfucking money as easy as out there, especially when we home like this, bro. We home. Motherfuckers should be learning how to get paid from home because this shit ain't probably gonna change no time soon.
This is the best time
Yep.
for the person to become a millionaire right now. You can become a millionaire
Sitting at your house.
in your house.
Mm-hmm.
You need 10 streams of income to become a millionaire.
This is one of my favorite questions right here. This is like a question. I get a lot of the same answer. I get some fucked up answers. I've heard all kinds of shit, and that's why it's my favorite question because it kind of blows my mind. Some of the answers I get. But the way I like to put it, and I don't know if you've seen any of the other interviews, but this is one. You only get to pick one. Just one. And as I tell everybody, before you answer this question, think of it as are you picking this one for financial purposes, for homage purposes, for networking purposes, for whatever it may be? And this is the question. If you could pick one artist, producer, any kind of musician from any gender, from anything in life, period, to do with music, since the beginning of music, as far back as you can remember till now, to collab with, who would it be and why?
Right now, probably DJ Khaled.
He hot though. He put all the shits together, all the
It's because
collabs.
it's his reach, his love for the music, the all he puts into each record. I would definitely need a producer and somebody helping me like that. Somebody behind my back like that would be perfect.
I mean, you would definitely super blow with Khaled in the pocket, that's for sure, because his reach is fucking immaculate. And the way he
Definitely.
puts collabs together is fucking crazy. He's definitely got a ear for that shit. Like he gets paid for doing what he do. Just put it that way. He's good at what he does. Definitely dope. But I haven't heard that one yet. That's the first time I've heard that. That anybody's picked that. Like I tell other artists, I get a lot of Pox, a lot of Biggies. I get all kinds of crazy shit.
Well, I had the privilege to work with a lot of artists,
Right.
you know. Shout out Arsenal the Rebel, shout out New Jersey Twerk, shout out YG Tech, shout out Band Hunter Jug, you know what I mean? Shout out Snoop Dogg, shout out Corrupt, you know what I mean? That's just some of the artists I don't work with.
He said some of them. That's just some of them. I told y'all go check them out. I'm trying to tell them about you earlier. They thought I was bullshitting. I said, nah, this man face all over the place. I was like, he out
Shout out Fraser Boy too, man. I'm trying to get a song with the classic notorious Fraser Boy, man. That's my brother, man. Shout him out, man.
He said he want that. So if you see this, you need to hit my man's up. He trying to get that. Um, I always got a weird question. Just because when you hear the question, you're gonna be like, "That's fucking what the fuck." It's like an ass backward oxymoron question. But the question is, what is a useless talent that you have? A talent that just does you no good, but it's a talent.
I know how to edit the shit out of motherfucking photos, and I don't take no photos for nothing. I don't know how the fuck I can do this shit. Like my girl cousins be having me edit they photos and shit, so that shit look all glamorous and shit.
But you don't be taking no photos. He
I
said,
was
no.
told now I've been told I'm supposed to take more photos, but I guess I'm gonna start doing
I mean, that's kind of my goal this year is plaster myself everywhere. Like I co-host one show, I run another show, plus I'm fucking doing these interviews and yeah, shit's getting all kinds all over the place. But that's kind of my goal. I'm like, you gonna see me in one place or another. It might not be there, but you gonna see me over there, so you ain't gonna get away from me.
You're gonna definitely hit my motherfucking
Right,
name.
right. That's funny though. So you the photo man, or you the photo whiz, but don't take photos.
Not a motherfucking photo.
It seems right. Do you know Dr. Seuss had a phobia of kids? He was afraid of kids,
Oh shit. No.
but he wrote the dopest kids books. They say that's crazy as fuck. Yeah, I just learned that a couple years back. I'm like, that's weird as fuck. And then I got the funny question. I like the funny question. Like I said, you never know what you're gonna hear, whether an artist admits it or not. But per se, like when you're doing things in the shower or walking around the house, whatever it may be, driving down the street in the car, do you ever catch yourself singing, rapping random songs that most people think you wouldn't listen to, or just something off the chain? Just be running around vibing to it.
All the fucking time.
Well,
I do that shit all the time.
what's something you think most people wouldn't think you would listen to that you catch yourself singing sometimes or rapping or something like that?
I mean, it's probably something. I kind of walk around the house singing Afro Man all day.
He said that's your shit.
Yeah.
He said that shit get me going.
Yeah. So.
I could dig that Afro man. That's crazy too. Out of all artists, he said Afro man. That's
Yeah,
dope.
cause I got high.
He said because I got high. I feel that. Um, if you could change one thing about the industry, the rap game, anything in music, period, what would it be?
I mean, I'm not going. I don't want to really answer it like that, but I love the music. I love how it's evolving right now. So I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say I don't. I love everything about it. I love everything about the music right now.
You
I love how
wouldn't
it's
change
evolving.
none, whether it be. See, I don't think you're thinking about the question in a broad enough view. Like, you wouldn't, like, change how artists only get, like, a 25% unless they're their own label. You know, it could be anything like that. You know, how artists get screwed, how. Or maybe how people get into the game, or it could be anything. It don't have to be something negative, just something you think would better the game. Maybe I should have put it that way, or something that could help the music industry.
Artists should start using more organic. Be more organic. Um, it's a lot of fraudulent shit going on. Um, Another thing I learned, a lot of artists like they get mesmerized when they get on YouTube and they see all these streams and not knowing a lot of artists are paying for them streams
Yes,
just so they could be seen, and it's like an illusion. But
they
I wish like that shit wasn't so. I
the
wish
characters.
the yeah, I wish that it wasn't just so much that you have to show a certain like a certain numbers. Your numbers have to show a certain thing on there for people to want to notice you, or you're obligated to do these things. So
Right.
I feel like the game should be more organic, like it used to be, man. Like
More
You had
by
your particular
ear, your
artist.
followers by ear, things of that nature, like what's buzzing, not so much. I get what you're saying, not so much this in the box molded what we got now, everybody the same type of thing. It shouldn't be about the perception of your digital views and things of that nature.
That's automatically now all everybody. As soon as they get it, they feel like they gotta go on these other little sites and pay for these promotions. So now you can have 50,000, 100,000 streams, and you're not even getting no organic
No,
fans.
I
That's
was gonna
why
say I'd rather it be like you said, connected with people, people writing me back. I'd rather it be a real 100 people if I was, doing that than it be 1,000 people that I just paid to play my shit. Nobody's really listening, nothing like that. So yeah, I definitely get what you're saying. If only it worked like that still. No. It's all about trolling and numbers now, but nah. It do. You are right about that. It's not so much organic no more. It's more of a product when it comes to the industry. Like they want you to be like this dude or wear these clothes or
you don't come out there with the big chains, the foreign cars, some ass bouncing in the video. It
yeah,
can't even be like back in the day. You just flowing. You just hear the song. You know what I'm saying? It's not even about the
yeah.
music no more. It's about the image too.
All image. A lot of it, I think it's 50-50 image now. Probably 50. I wouldn't even say that. It might be more than that.
Definitely.
The image, the character, things of that nature, like that. But
That's why a lot of rappers get sucked into this. That's why you just heard Kodak Black come out with a post the other day, um, saying that he had to separate reality from entertainment. Some rappers can't. Some people can't
getting
even just
caught up.
process.
Yeah, getting caught up. Well, I'm like you. I like to learn shit, and I read up a lot of shit and all that. Watch shit, all kinds of shit. Like when I watch TV, it's got to be a documentary or something like that. I can't watch like that movie shit, bro. I'm like, damn, he didn't even reload that gun and shot it 100 times. It's only a 9 Glock, you know. I was like, the fuck, that shit ain't real. Shit like that just bugs me. But I was looking up a thing about Dolly Parton to where she said 90% of the time she's Dolly Parton, if that makes sense to you. The image and person she created, she used to be able to separate from. But then over time, it was easier just being that person and not like she did it on purpose, but that's who she became. You know what I'm saying? Like she was no longer herself. She is now this character, Dolly Parton. And that was her character, and that's how she lives life now. It kind of engulfed her. So it kind of makes sense what he's saying in a nutshell. If you can wrap your mind around it, you gotta be able to separate yourself from the two, or you go lose yourself and be
Definitely, but
caught up in a character, and then sometimes being caught up in that character make you think you got superpowers and things of that nature. Like, but nah, yeah, that definitely makes sense. Makes a
that's why I'm all about organic, man. Homegrown, shout out homegrown ENT, man. That's why we try to stay organic, man, because if we don't stay organic, you're gonna lose yourself. You're gonna
yeah.
lose sight of the goal, man. You're gonna lose sight of the mission, man.
Don't ever get lost. Get
Yeah.
high, but don't get lost.
No.
um, I like this question a lot too because, like I stated at the beginning of the interview, minus the whole interview itself, you never know. You might say something that might put somebody on a path to success. You might say something that helps somebody out in whatever situation it might be. But the question I ask is, what is the best knowledge you ever received? It don't have to be about just music. I mean, in life in general. And if you was to tell it to your fans, like how would you explain it to them? The best piece of advice, knowledge that you think you've ever got.
Every artist goes through this little moment that they feel like everything is crumbling, the music is trash, nobody likes they shit. Every artist goes through that moment, and when that moment comes, keep pushing. Cause that might be the moment you become famous for real.
Yeah, you might stop at that wrong point, at that tipping point when you was about to blow and you just quit. I could feel that. That'd be so fucked up, bro. And then somebody say, "Hey, bro, we was about to sign you like $10 million, but you quit." Oh,
Now, because every artist gotta realize that you're gonna get negativity. Somebody's not gonna like your music. Not everybody could deal with that, and that definitely
bro,
discourages the
I
artist.
tried to stress that so much on the show, like that there is no mold for what music should sound like. And but the way I always tried to stress it was not everybody likes the same music or the same style. So somebody's always gonna hate something, somebody's always gonna like something. I might like your shit, but the next 100 people might not like your shit. But that don't mean your music is shit. Like, if it makes sense to you, like there is no mold to say this is what good music is. There is no standard to go by. So who
It's
is?
definitely and a good and it's good you said that because I just learned this myself that it's definitely good to know your target audience, where your audience is coming from. So
Yes,
that
sir.
takes as like it takes as an artist, you need to sit back and you need to pay attention to see where your support and your fans are coming from, and then that's where you need to focus on sending that music that way, and then it'll expand itself. People will either reach out and find you, or they'll hear you by if you're doing enough consistent work. I guarantee you they'll hear you.
I agree with that. Definitely agree with that. But you get a lot of people.
Yeah.
Their music concept is: I write a song, I go to the studio, record it, I blow up, I get rich. They don't understand all the other shit in between that people got to deal with and all that type of stuff. And that I think that hurts a lot of people's feelings too. Discourages them.
Yeah, I mean, everybody. I think everybody wants to hit lotto like that, huh?
Yeah,
But I mean, me personally, I'm trying to make music that's forever.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Timeless. I like
My
to
goal. I'm
say
trying to
that.
make timeless music. That's what I want to make. That's my goal right now. Make timeless music.
See, I never really like my goal in music. Like I've always been like I don't really choose side politically. Like I'm like I guess what you would call a realist. I'm just me. I don't really claim nothing. But I know what my point is. I never got into the music. Like first off, I always knew it was a 1 in a million shot. That's how I looked at it in my head. Like to get rich off of it. This is way before internet, all this shit. You gotta remember, I'm kind of getting to that dust era dinosaur of rap for my generation. You know what I'm saying? But I always did music as a love, kind of like you. It was always in me, always around me, choir, all that bullshit coming up, all that. But I guess my point was a lot of people get discouraged because of like almost what you said at the beginning of when we started talking about this. They really think that if somebody says you suck, they think they suck. Or if they don't blow up, make a bunch of money off of it, they think they suck. And there's probably a million dope artists out there right now that don't suck. It's just somebody told them they sucked at one point in time and they took it to their head. Like, I don't know, it's a crazy twist if you think about it. This is fucked up. But
It's
that's,
a true fact. And I went through it before. I think every artist goes through it.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I never expected everybody to like my music, but I never went into music expecting to get rich. Like, I don't get me wrong, everything that it's branched out to doing shows, interviews, everything I've ever did that I make money off of, like, I'm blessed for that because that helps feed my family. But, like, as my intention of, like, boom, I don't think I can never industry rich unless it's my own company made it there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta be a Def Jam. I gotta be a Warner Brothers. Like, I can't let y'all pimp me. And then plus, I'm not gonna get into politics and the music real part of the scene and conspiracies and motherfuckers selling their souls and all that shit. But yeah, I don't want to be involved with that shit, dog. Like you said, I want the organic shit. I want the real shit. Like,
Man, we come out the mud, man. We come straight
right.
out the mud where I'm from.
Right. So yeah, I definitely feel that. Um, Even though the interview's always about you guys, I always give you guys the chance, just cause I like to talk a lot too, I guess. always asking the questions. I always let the artist, producer, whoever it may be on the interview, if you got anything you want to pick my brain with, a question you want to ask me, anything along them lines, just spit it out. You know me. I speaks my mind, and I know people got questions because I'm a weird individual, and people watch me
Nah,
sometimes.
I'm actually a big fan of your show, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been watching your show, like I said. I don't know what happened. At one point, you went off the air for a
Them
while, but you came
motherfuckers took
back.
my Facebook and killed me twice.
Yeah, man. But only thing I always say is that I think you should do now. You should definitely start doing like verses.
See, I've been told that by a couple different people.
Definitely
I've been told that by a couple different people.
bring a little bit more intensity to the show. You know what I mean? And then make the artist like, you know what I mean? Because a lot of the people that's doing this, that's come to the show is just like me, been watching. So when we make something, we want to show it off. And this is a perfect platform to show it off. You know what I mean? So
Or start having people submit verses to me, and then we could set them up from there.
yeah, that'd be, yeah.
That's a good idea. It's a good idea. It'll take a little bit of working, but I'm sure once it starts, the first two get to going, people be like, "Oh shit, this is what we
Fan
doing."
engagement's going to work itself
Oh
out. You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's all about fan engagement.
Motherfuckers gonna be in there beefing with each other and shit, talking mad shit.
Hey, promoting their own battle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, you got the fans I mean, but I've been watching a lot because there's a lot of people starting these battle things. You can't just go off the fans because you might have a person that don't have no fans
Right, right.
versus a guy that has 20 homeboys that's gonna like it and 20 girls that like him gonna like
No,
it.
you're definitely
Other than just
off.
having,
Yeah,
yeah,
you're better off having all organic and random like viewers, and definitely whoever is hosting the show, would like for say if I was hosting it, could be the in between because I don't know neither one of these artists, so it's just fresh to me from both sides. You know what I'm saying? So, but I've never really based shit off fans either because there's a lot of shit out there it don't relate to me, so I don't listen to it. It's not that I'm saying it's garbage, but it just brings me back to that not everybody likes the same type of music. Everybody likes something different. Some people think something's
yeah.
good, other people don't. Ooh, my lady texted me talking about she want to smoke. I think she smoked more than me. And all right, we asked that one. This one's always a fun question too. I get a lot of answers. I ain't got no 10. But basically, this is from a 1 to a 10 meter. It's what I like to call the shit meter. Where do you feel as if you are underground, mainstream, just the music game all around as an artist, how you progress, blase, blase, all that, your ego, where do you think you are on the shit meter? Like, I'm the shit when I say the shit meter. I need a number from 1 to 10 and why.
Oh man, I feel like I'm a 10 right now, man. I just look, I feel like, yo, I swear I feed off so much energy from rappers. I feel like what the baby just said in this interview. You know what I'm saying? I feel like my music's ahead of me right now.
I feel that.
My music's ahead of me right now. I don't know if that went over your head,
Nah,
but
that
I
went
feel
right back to that. You make your own lane of music, so it's ahead of time right now. They ain't ready for it. They ain't got this yet.
just like the baby said, a lot of them songs that we're listening to right now was already made. He just had to wait to put them out because they felt like they was ahead of him.
Right.
So if he would have put them out, if he would have put them out put them out, they might have not got the buzz as they would have got if he would have waited.
I know all about timing. All about timing. That's why I do some of the things the way I do. I release albums certain parts of the year, certain quarters. Like a lot of people they don't know the business angle of the game either. That's what hurts a lot of artists. Or they'll get somebody that pretty much be pimping them and rape the shit out of them, and they get screwed anyway. So yeah, I definitely get what he's saying because there's times to release shit and there's times not to. And when you feel it's right, let it go. It's just another marketing strategy, pretty much. And like you said, if it was ahead of its time, he knew that. He knew it wasn't ready to go yet. And
Sometimes that's where the branding and marketing comes. You got to build the anticipation. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
he had to let it sit in that cellar and like an old wine and age a little bit before he let it go.
Definitely.
Feel that. He said a 10. I think that's the first 10 I got on here, but I ain't even mad at you, especially the way you broke it down and everything like that. I feel that. And I feel that energy thing because I draw energy off a lot of things. And when there's people in the studio and we get the buzzing, oh yeah, I love that chemistry. I love that energy. I love that. How it just makes you a motherfucker do something, then you want to put something on it, and then he want to put something on it, and then, yeah, no, I definitely feel that.
Big homie Snoop, the big homie Snoop, man. Shout out Snoop again, man.
Snoop,
brother, man.
You gotta
He
smoke
put the
with me
motherfucking
one
faith
day.
in the nigga, man.
Yeah.
He put the faith in the nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Dope.
Bless the nigga.
Super
Like,
dope.
that's timeless right
Snoop
there. That's
legend,
timeless.
though. Snoop timeless his damn self. I swear he a time traveler or something. Yeah, that I need some of that weed. I'm getting a little receding hairline, shit like that. So you ever see me around? Let me smoke some. Motherfucker, don't be stingy. Oh shit. That'll bring me to my next. You got that's what I like to call the shout out part of the show. Like any upcoming projects, anything you want to tell your fans, anybody you want to shout out, anything of that nature. This is your time to do it. Let them shine.
You already know, man. Go to skinnyloc.com, man, if you want to get any content, man. You even get free sports access. You can download Fruity Loop on that bitch. You can get all types of shit. I got even tutorials on there to teach you how to mix and master. I'm trying to teach niggas to get on their shit.
This guy.
I'm about to teach niggas how to do trade in Bitcoin and stocks on there. I got so much more coming on there, man. I even got shit on there. You can buy growing equipment, anything, man. Just go in there and check me out. And then I got my project coming up soon, Blue Dreams, man, coming soon, probably in March, around March 5th, March 6th. I'm thinking about dropping that. And then I probably got about 3 or 4 projects already done. So, like I said, it's all about timing right now.
Timing and timing. There's always a time for everything. I definitely feel that. He said he touching every motherfucking area there is. He said he don't care what it is. You need it, he got it.
But look, whole time y'all can go get that for the trenches, man.
Trenches.
You know what I mean? Yeah, for the trenches, volume 1 out right there. Volume 2 out too, man. Hosted by Jay the Kiss, man, my big brother, man. Yes. Shout out Jay the Kiss. You know what I mean?
I would almost chop a finger off to do a motherfucking verse with Kiss. Oh my God. Or the Locks, period. I ain't even gonna lie. But maybe that's my Midwest, Northeast Ohio background. Because I had a lot of New York influence and a lot of West Coast influence when I was coming up listening to music. And a lot of the old school down south and things like that. But definitely
need to sit down and try to get that to happen.
Yeah.
Need to make that happen.
Other than that, we'll end this out. Like I said, next time we come around, if they want to get more personal with you and get more into your life, I just wanted to give the fans a look of what they was dealing with and the face.
Hey, yo, just don't forget this face, nigga.
Yeah, the face.
Y'all see me on BET, VH1. Y'all already gonna fucking know what it was, right. Man. My man put me on here first, man. You know what time it is.
I'm like, I got the video. I'm like, I'm gonna have to re-upload this a second time on YouTube because now he's famous. Nah.
yeah, shit, you know.
Nah, I feel it. Definitely. But I'd like to thank you for your time and doing the interview with me and taking the time out of your day or night, whatever it may be. Your night like me, I believe, right now. But definitely thank you for your time. You heard what the man said. He got things going on all over the place. It's just the timing of when he's releasing things. He's got a strategy to it. He's touching all kinds of areas. But other than that, you know what it is. It is skinnyloc. And this is Shoe View with another interview with another dope
Free
artist.
Smurf.
He said Free Smurf. And you said once again, where you at right now? Baltimore?
East Baltimore, man. Free Smurf, man. Free Day, man. Free all the guys locked up. You know what time it is. Gang. Diamond Crip shit, nigga.